I think one of the biggest mistakes you can make when analyzing media is to assume a more interesting concept means it's better written. Now, on its face, it makes sense. Why don't creators always go for the most interesting option when presented with a choice? It could theoretically make your story better and open up plenty of avenues for interesting storytelling down the line. And ignoring that authors can choose what they want to write about and it's not up to you to determine who's more correct in their choices of narrative, rather you can both be correct in different ways if you're correct at all. It seems to link this idea of creation to good idea equals good execution, when these two are completely separate concepts. A good idea can be killed by poor execution, and a bad idea can be elevated by amazing execution. In reality, narrative decisions are chosen by how it fits the story best, like for example, character arcs. And with that, let's talk Ivypool and Hollyleaf. Spoilers for The Power of Three and Omen of the Stars. Now, Omen of the Stars made the controversial decision to have there be a fourth cat to the Kin of Yorkin prophecy, and make that fourth cat Firestar, and it sparked some outrage because Firestar had already gotten his own full arc and was considered a pretty bland choice. So people looked to other characters that would have been a better fourth cat, and the two most obvious choices were Ivypool and Hollyleaf. And again, on its face, it makes sense. Ivypool and Hollyleaf had to sit in the sidelines and watch greatness happen in front of them with their closest relative. They went through a lot and both did pretty awful things almost in response to this neglect. So I get how it can feel in part like they deserve to get some reward for their struggles, but that ignores their character arc and would retroactively devalue their actions. Let's use Ivypool. Every decision she made was of her own volition. She continued to train with the Dark Forest to spy on them, even killing a cat to maintain her cover. She put herself through a lot of stress and strife, all of her own decision. It would kind of devalue this active choice she made if she was predestined the entire time. It makes her actions as an act of some nebulous other rather than a choice of a cat that just wanted to do good despite not being special. Same with Hollyleaf. She also did a lot. She killed a cat, tried to kill her mother, publicly humiliated her family, and ran away. In the tunnel, she chose to help her clan from the shadows, raised a fox, returned home, and was ready to help. Then she sacrificed her life for Ivypool, a cat she barely knew. All of those decisions, again, don't amount to much if she was destined to be special the entire time. This isn't to say any decision a prophecy cat makes is less significant, but rather that Hollyleaf and Ivypool's decisions only work because they don't have a special destiny and are aware of it. Now, this isn't me saying Firestar was a good choice or that adding a fourth cat at all was a good choice, but I do want to push back on this idea that just because an option seems more interesting means it will always work.